Hi guys, couple of months back I decided to create a tutorial on RabbitMQ. So I created series of videos on RabbitMQ. You guys loved it. You guys shared a lot of feedbacks and comments. And right after that I put together a video on NumPy. I was really happy to see your responses on that video. So later I decided to come up with a series of tutorials on data science and machine learning. So this is my attempt in the same direction. Please make best use of this video. Please like and subscribe my channel if you have not. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel JS2 Big Data. Apparently Pandas is one of the most important tools that you require to do anything in data science and machine learning. So Pandas and NumPy come hand to hand when it comes to data science and machine learning. Let's understand what is Pandas. Now Pandas is an open source Python library to process data. So it is like Python version of Excel. This tool is built on top of NumPy. It allows fast analysis, data cleaning and processing the data for analysis. In data science, exploratory data analysis is one of the most important steps that one needs to perform. So that is where Pandas comes very handy. This tool is very popular because of its performance and productivity. Though it has a lot of built-in functionalities for visualizations, but people mostly use tools like Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly, etc. for visualization. So mostly Pandas is used for data manipulation operations and data processing operations. Pandas also support time series data sources. So we will learn what are time series data sources much more in details, but any data that has a time aspects to it, for example stock prices, weather detail and so on. So what we will learn in this tutorial is we will be mostly focusing on the data frames of Pandas, though there is something else called data series in Pandas, but we will mostly focus on data frames. We will also see how easy it is to import or open a CSV or an Excel sheet. We will also understand some of the basic concepts of data inspection, cleaning and processing. And finally, we will also touch on some of the advanced topics like performance improvements and best practices while using Pandas. So to install Pandas, we can either use Anaconda, or if you have pip installed in your system, you can just do pip install Pandas. That will install Pandas. For this tutorial series, I'll be using Anaconda as it comes with lot of handy tools out of the box, so that I don't need to do any extra setup. I already explained in my previous tutorials how to install Anaconda and how to set it up. So if you need help, please watch that previous video. This is a little bit details outline of the course content that we will cover as part of this tutorial. So we will see what are the basic functionalities that are available, what are the rows, columns operations possible in Pandas. We'll see how to describe data. We'll see how to index and slice data. What are the different operations that one can perform on data frames. We will also look into some of the most important features or functions like group by and aggregate functions. We'll see how to merge multiple data frames into a single one, and then we will go through some of the practice sessions. And yes, there is also something important that is called pivot tables. So we'll look into all this in details. So let me first introduce you to Pandas. Please understand that Pandas offer two important objects to deal with data, that is called series and data frames. So series are nothing but an one-dimensional array with heterogeneous elements. So one series can contain different types of data like int, float, string and objects. Little enhancement or further enhancement of this series type is called data frames, which is a two-dimensional data structures with rows and columns, which can of course contain heterogeneous elements. So obviously if you have pandas, all you need to do is you will create a new notebook and you start typing in it. So I already covered all this basic stuff in the previous tutorial. So if you still have any doubt, please go through that. So you know that you will have to import numpy as np, and similarly we will import pandas as pd. So I already told you that series are nothing but an one-dimensional array with heterogeneous elements. So which means unlike array, it can hold different types of data structures or data types. So you can have int, float, string, objects inside it, and it is like numpy array but with an index. So numpy array does not have any index, and this index either can be auto index or you can assign your own custom index to it. So how to create a series from a list? So it's simple. What we will do is we will have a range function to create a list, and then we will use pd.series to convert our list or iterable into series. And then if I just print series, you can see that it has auto index which starts from 0 to 18 and the elements. So as you can see, this creates 100, then 150 and 200 up till 1000. So that's all it prints. If I want to know the type of my pandas object, simply I will just pass it with type, and the object, it would show me that this is a series type object. And if I want to know the number of elements that it has, I can use the .shape function. If I want to know its dimensions, obviously series are one-dimensional elements, so it has 1. And if I want to know, just like shape, if I want to know its size, it will tell me the exact elements. Because it is one-dimensional, so you can see 19 comma when you used shape function. So let's go back to our numpy. So if you remembered, I can create a numpy array with random numbers. So in this case, I have used np.random.random function to create 10 random float numbers which are between 0 to 1. Now I will create a series, Pandas series, using these random numbers. So what I have done is I have created 10 random numbers which are between 0 to 100. So these numbers are stored in nums array, and then I am creating my own index which is 0 to 10, including 10, that is 0 to 9. And then I'll create a series using the function panda pd.series my numbers and the index here, and I'll print the series. So you can see these are my index that I have assigned, and these are the numbers. I hope you understood how to create a series. Because I have used the index from 0 to 9, this may not have impressed you a lot. So let's try another example. So here what I have done, I have created the same numbers with a different index. So I have used index A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So you can see that these are my indexes and these are my value, right? Similarly, you can also create index from dictionary. So the entire series also can be built from dictionary. So you have key value, key value, key value, and I have used keys as the index and values as the value. So if I pass the dictionary to pd.series, it will create a series, and when I print, these are my index and these are the values. So John, Joey and Johnny are the values. Now let's look at data frames. So data frames are two-dimensional data structures. So which means it will not simply have indexes, it will also have columns, right? So these indexes would be rows and there would be columns, and like series, it will allow you to store heterogeneous data. So we'll create our first data frame using the auto index function. So we have, list inside list. This is one list, this is another one, and similarly there are 3 lists. So I will use panda.dataframe and data equal to D. I'll specify the columns, and in this case I am naming the columns as column 0, column 1 and column 2. Rows are auto indexed. If I don't specify the columns also, it will automatically create, and when I run it, you can see that it has created the data frame. So these are the value 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, 1.23, 2.34, 3.45, 0, 1, 2 are the rows, and column 0, column 1 and column 2 are the columns. You can create a data frame using the custom index, which is custom rows, and just like columns you would specify the index. So in this case I am just dynamically generating the index. So you can see that it has generated row 0, row 1, row 2, right? And similarly I can also create a data frame from the dictionary. So you have data, you have C1 and C2. So C1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and C2 has 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So C1 I will use it as column 1, C2 I will use it as column 2, and my index or rows would be automatically generated. So this is my data. Data frame equal to pandas.dataframe, and I'll pass the data here. You can see that it has created my required data frame. So the important function here is pd.dataframe. Just like you had 2 columns, you can also add 1 more column. This is just another example. So this is all as part of the introduction. I will see you in the next topic, where I will explain about basic operations on data frames. So if you like the content that I create, please do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.